Okay, this is the final chapter review, chapter 11 on probability, grade 8, May, June review. After this, you will be doing 4 consecutive days of retesting. So if this is one of the tests you're going to retest, please pay close attention. Question 1 says the probability of spinning a 4 on the first spinner and a 4 on the second spinner is 4%. Well, if we look at this first spinner, there are the numbers 1 through 5. So the probability of spinning a 4 is 1 chance out of 5. On the second spinner, you have 5 numbers, and the probability of spinning a 4 is also 1 out of 5. To find combined probability of 2 independent events happening simultaneously, we multiply the independent probabilities together. 1 times 1 is 1, 5 times 5 is 25. So as a fraction, you have a 1 chance out of 25 of spinning 4-4. 1 chance out of 25 when converted to a percent, or a fraction out of 100, is 4 out of 100, which means that it is a 4% probability of that happening. 2/3 of you said true, 1/3 of you said false, so 2/3 of you were correct. The answer is true. Question 2. The probability of event 1 was 1/2. So we can imagine if it was a spinner, it would be a 50-50 chance of being a 1 or a 2, right? So a 50-50 chance. The probability of event 2 was also a 50% probability. We can just put that there. The combined probability should be 2 out of 4. So remember, just like the last question, if we multiply these two together, when you multiply 1 by 1, a common mistake people will make is they'll put 2 up here. But it's actually 1 out of 4, which means it's a 25% probability, not 50%. So the answer is false. Question 3. When rolling 2 6-sided dice, there are 12 possible outcomes. The easiest way to show how many possible outcomes there are is through a table. When there's 2 events, make a table to show how many possible outcomes there are. If I write this, there are 6 events this way for that first dice, 6 this way. So we can see from the table that there are 36 possible outcomes, not 12. And again, if I wanted to see that, I could take my possible outcomes in my first event, multiply them together. I would have 36 possible outcomes altogether. Question 4 must be wrong in the remote. When calculating probabilities, the product of the independent events will result in the combined probability of all events occurring. The answer is true. I know what happened when I made the test up the first time. I had put the word sum. I had put sum up here, and then I thought, nah, I'll just put product. I'll make it. The answer is true. Yeah. But I had changed it, and I forgot to change the answer, because I originally had the sum of the 2 events. Question 5. 43% got the same answer. Let's see what happened here. Express as a fraction, decimal, and a percent. What is the approximate percent probability to the nearest tenth of a percent? So event 1, the probability of spinning a 1 would be 1 chance out of 6. And for the second picture, it would be 1 chance out of 10. The combined probability will be the multiplication of those two, which means 1 chance out of 60. That is your fraction. As a decimal, 1 divided by 60 is 0.16 repeating. 0.016 repeating. And as percent, 1.6 repeating percent, but rounded would be 1.7-ish percent. Okay? So what you all got? I'm assuming if I look here, 1.7. 1.6 was a rounding error. 2 was a rounding error. 6.6 was an omitting the 1. Some other ones in there, whatever. Okay. Question 6 is a menu has 5 types of sandwiches, 4 types of sides, and 8 types of drinks. So if I think about being 3 events, the first one has 5 different combinations. The second one has 4, and the third one has 8. How many combinations of orders are there? You didn't do a tree diagram for this, did you?
I tried, but that'll take
That would be the most. That would be the most awkward-looking picture ever. Yeah, there are 160 possible combinations in total there. It's actually a grade 7 question. Question 7. What's the probability of spinning blue? Well, we know that there are 360 degrees in a circle, 72 of which are allocated to the color blue. So if I think about this as a fraction in lowest terms, uh, what would that be? Both would be divisible by what? 36, correct? Which is actually both are divisible by 72. My mistake. 2 out of 10. I can divide by 2 again. So the individual probabilities, I can think of that as being 1 chance out of 5, or 20%. An easier way would be just to convert it to a decimal. If I took 72 divided by 360 as a decimal, 72 out of 360 is decimal 2, which is still a 20% probability because 2/10 is really 2/10, right? So the probability of it happening is 1 chance out of 5 or 20%. And the last question, it says, the following words were printed on cards. Your nose will run, but not if you don't have a very bad cold. What is the probability that you pick your nose and then but? I'm sorry for the bad joke, but it seemed funny at the time. So your chances of picking your nose, this card, is 1 chance out of 8. And once you pick that card, the chances that you're going to then pick your butt, or just butt, will be 1 chance out of 7, because the first card had to be gone. Once you pick your nose, 1 card is missing. So the combined probability will be 1 chance out of 56. Yeah, a lot of people said 1 chance out of 64, but remember, your butt's not put back into the deck. You have to keep your butt out of the deck. Sorry, your nose. The butt is still in. The butt is still in. All right. Good luck with your final exam, everybody. If you have any questions, come see me.